So in post integrations, basically, I'm going to try and give you guys show you guys some of the goals that we want to take away. And obviously, you'll see by there what we want to take away. And then after that, I'll just do a quick synopsis of the evolution, because when I was in Montreal, we sort of came up with an idea with Kerry. I called it the dead arm, one knee down, but it's basically the VH. But the VH was played with more of the pad sealing the post, but what we thought, and then the goalie having the glove up. So what we thought, instead of the pad sealing the post, is have the arm seal the post. And what that does is that instead of your skate pointing this way because you're sealing the post, your skate's actually pointing more towards the inside, because with the VH, as you'll see later on in the presentation, you're just sealing the short side, but the rebound is going right to the slot, so you want to get yourself ready for the rebound. So that was 8 years ago now that we came up with that idea. And since then, there's been a couple adjustments to the style that goalies play on the post. So in all, in about 8 years, there's been about 3 different styles of play. So I want to show you the evolution and also how to apply to young goalies. So in some clips, you'll see Mike Condon demonstrating some drills how to work with young goalies. But also I work with a 13-year-old. He's 6'2", taller than me, but he's 13, if you believe it. But I'll show you some drills that you can do with young goalies to help promote that. And these clips, we have a pretty good player named Erik Karlsson. And in this clip, go ahead. Karlsson comes down, stop it there. So right now, does Karlsson have a good shooting angle? Not at all. And what Jimmy Howard's responsibility is, and it's important, to me, the goalie has 2 responsibilities. He needs to read the shot, but also he needs to read the zone. So right now, in my estimation as a goalie coach, that's pretty damn good defensive zone coverage. There's nothing going on, right? Okay, so Karlsson decides, and I know Karlsson's a good player, but go ahead. He decides to let this shot go, scores from an impossible angle. It's good for him to do that, and we're all thrilled to see that goal go in, but if you pause it right there, to me, there's no reason for Jimmy Howard to go down on his knees. And that's the trouble I have with the reverse VH, the position that Jimmy Howard is down in is called the reverse VH. That's the trouble I have, is that goalies go down to their knees right away. And they have no read of the play, and they just want to go, okay, I'm going down. No matter what, I can't see the puck, can't make a play, I'm going down. But right now, as I said earlier, and this camera shows it pretty well, it's really good defense zone coverage. Karlsson has 2 plays: shoot the puck to the net, or remit to our weak side D and try to create something. So the goalie's got a responsibility, first and foremost, to play the shot, but the second responsibility is to read the zone. So if you let it go, this shot should not go in. But it's a really good face-off play, but there's no reason that puck should go in. Okay, right here, Craig. Gallagher comes up, let it go for a bit. Stop it. Right now, we have pretty good deep zone coverage. Even if Gallagher passes the Plekanec, it's an easy shot for Craig because he's there. One adjustment we made through the year, if you notice, Craig's toe is right on the post. So he's got, the post is here, his toe is right on the post. And what that does, if you play it, you'll see a better angle come up. It causes a little hole. And Craig's hole, he's not very flexible, so that's what happens when he does that. And the best example is next, so you see where that puck goes in. And I work with a crazy Frenchman as a head coach, Guy Boucher, and you can imagine the French swear words that came after this goal happened. So I had to explain it. You know what? He made the right play, but he misplayed it. So that's where you see Craig's toe is on the post. Mike Condon could do that play because he's more flexible than Craig, but with Craig, we had to put the toe inside the post, and you'll see a clip later on, the same type of thing. With Craig, we had to make sure we put the toe inside to eliminate that hole just right beneath the blocker. So if you keep going, next clip. Stop it right there. All right. This is game 1 of the second round of the playoffs, and it's hell of a game, 1-1, 4 minutes left in the game. Karlsson, again, he's pretty good at these plays. But right now, Henrik Lundqvist basically has 3 guys in front of him before he can see the puck. So in his mind is, well, I got to get down, I can't see the puck. To me, is actually stay up on your post, lean against the post, or even overlap, which is the big topic of my presentation you'll see at the end. But right here, Karlsson shoots it, it goes off McDonough, he gets it back, Go ahead. Goes off Lundqvist's head, game-winning goal of game 1 of the playoffs. So it's very important to recognize, okay, we have a job as a goalie is to front that shot, but Lundqvist should have recognized there's no other option but a shot or a pass back to the D. So he's got to make sure that he fronts the play. Next clip, it's Craig again. This is a behind-net play. It's a good play by Seguin to get open. Keep going. But what happens here, Craig, is, again, the same clip we just talked about. He gets his toe on the post instead of his toe inside. Stop it right there. Opens up a small hole. Keep going. There's another clip. Opens up a small hole beneath the blocker. And what happens, that puck goes in against the crazy Frenchman and comes into the locker room after the game and yells at me. So right here, you see that little hole. And what happens is he didn't transition well enough to get the blocker stick around the post, create that small opening. And to me, it's a good play by Dallas, but it's a goal we should not give up. Next clip. Again, you saw the clip of Jimmy Howard. Stop it right there. Earlier in the game. So the first goal was a bad angle goal by Carlson against Detroit. This is the second goal against Detroit, off the rush. Okay, right here. Tom Pyatt's going to get the puck. But is there any danger on the weak side? There's absolutely no danger on the weak side. So for me, for Jimmy Howard to get into his lean on the post, there's absolutely no reason for it. He can just front the puck. So by him going down, go ahead. Tom Pyatt just takes, hey, it's not a great high percentage shot, but by him just taking the shot, by Howard going down into his VH, he creates a small opening. Instead of staying on his feet, then this play happens. It's a bad goal. So I stole this from In Goal Media, Kevin Woodley. They do a great job there. But this is basically a great chart to demonstrate to the goalies where you want to be up on your feet and where you want to be in your reverse VH. The yellow areas, to me, those areas where the goalie's got to be up. He has to be up on his post. Even though the puck is below the goal line, the goalie's got to be up on his feet and ready to read the play. The purple areas are the areas where, yeah, okay, you want to go down in your VH or your reverse VH. You want to go down in your post because there's possible pass options. By all means. Jam plays, reverse, quick plays like we saw in Craig, that quick pass out, by all means, I'll give you that. The green areas, you got to be on your feet. And I'm a big believer, even with young kids and even with our goalies in NHL, you got to be on your feet, on your edges as much as possible because you are a better goaltender when you are on your feet. No matter what anybody says, you are a better goalie when you're on your feet. And these demonstrate perfectly the areas where we can be. So the first topic, this was basically the old style, the stand-up style, where basically you'll see the goalies just get both pads up on the post. And I'm fortunate enough to work with an oldie and Craig that does this. You'll see some clips. Basically, all that does is that it protects the angle. It protects the short side angle completely because you're standing up, you're not giving up anything. The lateral mobility and the lateral recovery is gone, is nowhere to be found. So I just have a couple examples of stand-up position. First one is Jim Craig. Okay, that's the stand-up style. That's a seal in the post. Okay, next example, Kelly Rudy. That's a stand-up style. That's seal in the post. And then Mike Richter. The progressions came up. Now Mike's adjusted where he can go down to his butterfly he wants, but as you can see the evolution. Now we go to Craig. We're in 2017 and he's still doing this, but he always laughed after the games. He's like, Pierre, did you see that one? I just stood up and made that save. I said, Craig, that's awesome, but just be ready for the pass. He says to me, where's that puck going to go in? Absolutely. The guy's trying to get to the net. Puck's not going to go in. My only concern is that if there's a pass out, you're stuck on your post. But you know what? I have to give it to him. Well, he'll probably get scored next year on that now that I say that, but he hasn't gotten scored like this, okay? Keep going. There's a few more examples. And that, you know what? Mike Condon tried to do it in practice one time, and I think he almost broke his ankle. So, Craig, I'll stand up. I'll seal the short side. He's shooting. No worries. And I agree with him. This is in the playoffs. We're leading the series, and, you know what? I'll stand up. And it hits him in the chest and goes down, and it's right there, and he's ready for the puck. So, I can't take that away from him. It's true. It works for him. Would I want to teach young goalies how to do that? Absolutely not. Okay? Because the risk reward is not there for that. It seals the short side, but that's all it does. So the next one, it's the VH. So basically you'll see a picture. The angle protection is there. Lateral mobility is there. The lateral recovery is there. But basically, you'll see the VH next, the reverse VH next. But the VH, where's the rebound going to go off this? 90% of the time, it's going to go right to the slot. And that's not a rebound that we want to give up. But what Kerry is doing right there is sealing the post, the short side with his glove hand. Okay, there's nothing's going to beat him. But there's no way that he can control a rebound in that play. But that was the style that was going on. You're trying to think ahead. As a goalie position, you're trying to think ahead. Think of outsmarting the shooters. What are they thinking? How can we do better what they're thinking? So we're always trying to think different ways. And this 8 years ago, we thought, you know what? That's a perfect opportunity to seal the short side and be ready for that rebound recovery. And Kerry's a great athlete that he could recover very easily. But 4 years later, the reverse came in, and then that's the transition I made. Go ahead. So here, again, old style, Craig does it. You can ask any old style, Craig will do that style. So you can see, right now he's reading that Zibanejad's got no option except to shoot. He's trusting that our defenseman has the guy in front. So he's saying, you know what, I'm just going to go down, one knee down. Okay, I'm going to seal that short side, but I know I'm giving up a rebound to a slot. What he's trying to prevent, what he's trying to put in Zibanejad's head is that you got no shot. Okay, take a bad shot if you want, but he's not going down where he's leaving the short side high open, and he's not leaving the low side open. And what he's trying to force Zibanejad is either take the bad angle shot or try to go around the net and prevent a shot. So now we're talking about the reverse VH. So that the first two I wanted to go pretty quickly just because it's an older style. As I said, I'm very fortunate to work with an old goalie that will do that, but now it's transitioned to the reverse. The reverse is basically, you saw the lead leg up on the post and the bottom leg inside down, but now we're going opposite. Now we're going lead leg down on the post, inside leg up. It's not up like this because that's very hard to do. It's more on an angle like this, okay? And what that does is that it gets yourself to promote pushing yourself into the post to try and prevent those bad angles goals. But as you saw, Jimmy Howard and Craig and Henrik Lundqvist, you do give up short side high, and you do give up some opportunities to get beat through the body. What that does is that the angle protection is okay, but the lateral mobility and the lateral recovery is much better. So that's why that was implemented. And then, as I said, the changing of the game. So within 4 years, we went from the VH to the reverse, and now I've worked with a style that you'll see at the end, the overlap, that I think has transitioned, and I see more and more goalies using it. So to me, it's a better system from sure shot options. So go ahead, first clip. So now you see Ben Bishop, 6'6" monster. He can be toe on post, and now he's leaning into the post. The only thing I'd like to do is to see that glove to be more active. On the blocker side is always paddle down to seal that short side. Flurry on the glove side. You see, you want to make sure that stick comes across to seal that blocker side hole. But as you see, you seal on the short side. His toe needs to be more on the post, but there's that opening up top. Go ahead. So Craig, right here. So you see Craig in a good position where he's got the glove sealing and he's got an active stick. To me, if you're in this position, you got to make sure that your stick is not laying back. It's actually taking the angle away. So the analogy I use with the goalie, they want to jam the net, you jam them with your stick. So you're getting into your reverse VH, your lead leg is down on the post. They're coming, they want to jam, they want to create something, which all coaches want. Guys, get to the net. I'm sure all of you have said to your players, get to the net, take the puck to the net. Well, what we want with the goalie is we want the goalie to come across with the stick. So he wants to jam you, you jam him. So at the end of the day, a lot of times what happens is that stick to stick, the puck is met, creates a little fumble. Or if it doesn't happen, then you're not, but you don't want to extend too much, so you don't want to lean towards the back. You just want to meet him right at the edge of the goal line. And then if a pass happens, you're just transitioning into your butterfly. So Craig does a good job here. Here, Mike, right here, stop. Okay, you see his chest. Mike did a good job of sealing. We saw that hole that Fleury had, sealing that blocker side hole on that side. He's doing a good job. He's trying to stay as upright as possible. The worst thing you can do in a reverse VH is sit too much, sit on your bum too much. So what that does is that it creates that hole. But what I like about Mike is that he's actually fronting the puck as much as possible. So he is in his reverse, but he's not sitting back in his net. And that's one thing that I forgot to mention at the start is that too many goalies, when they use the reverse VH, they get themselves very small and they crouch themselves into the net. And with young goalies, with 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, or whichever, okay, they see Carey Price doing this, and I